Hello guys. I'm back on this channel. We discuss again the storyline of the movie that can entertain you. This time with the title The Night Eats the World. The movie, directed by Dominique Roche, based on the novel of the same name by Pita Garman, was released in 2018. This movie tells the story of a man named Sam, played by Anders Danielsen Light, who must survive in the midst of a zombie outbreak. What do you think? Will Sam be able to survive? Before continuing, support this channel by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing and activating the notification bell. The film starts with Sam coming to his ex-girlfriend's apartment. Sam, who is a musician, questioned where his belongings were. But because of the many guests who came, his ex-girlfriend told him to wait first. After waiting for a long time, Sam starts to run out of patience because his ex doesn't come to him. He again asked where his belongings were so he could take them himself. His ex also informed him that the items were in a room not far from there. Sam then went to the room. Unfortunately, before reaching the room, Sam accidentally got hit by one of the guests there. Then, Sam kept walking towards the room. After he managed to find his belongings, suddenly blood came out of Sam's nose, so he decided to rest for a while and the door was locked. He fell asleep. As Sam fell asleep, a scream came from outside the room. The next day, when Sam woke up, he intended to return to his house with his belongings. But after he came out of the room, to Sam's surprise he saw that the whole place was so messy. There was also blood splattered everywhere. When he tries to check again about what really happened, he is surprised that people have turned into zombies, including his ex-girlfriend. Then Sam returned to his previous room and locked the room. Seeing all these terrible events, Sam tries to keep his mind clear and starts thinking about how to survive the zombies. The scene changes when Sam hears a strange sound from the floor below. He is startled by the sound of gunfire. It turned out that the shot was from someone who had shot himself. The man committed suicide after he shot his own wife who had turned into a zombie. Sam immediately took all the food supplies along with the weapons carried by the person. Cautiously, Sam then went out to close all the doors so that no more zombies entered the building. After making some preparations, Sam began to check every room in the building while collecting useful items and marking which rooms could be used and which rooms were inhabited by zombies. After checking all the rooms, then Sam intends to return to his room using an elevator. But it turns out that in the elevator there are already old men who have turned into zombies. Because they feel that zombies are not so aggressive, Sam decided not to kill the zombie and tied the iron fence using a belt. That night Sam decided to calm down by relaxing while listening to his recordings. Then the next day Sam began to observe the movements of the zombies out there. After that, he also calculated the amount of food supplies to be able to survive. The day passed. Sam then took out all his emotions by playing music as loud as possible. But he didn't think that it would actually make the zombies start arriving. In short, Sam began to wonder if there were other survivors in the city. Because it seems that the city has now become very quiet like a dead city. Scenes change. As usual, Sam spends time entertaining himself, such as practicing shooting, playing music, exercising and more. Sam also felt bored and hopeless. Meanwhile, he began to smell the stench from his room. The source of the smell was the smell of corpses downstairs. Sam intends to dispose of the corpse. But because he couldn't bear to throw the corpse away, he kept the corpses of Grandpa and Grandma in a room, then sealed the door so that no more stench came out of the room. The scene changes again. Sam, who was cleaning himself, suddenly the water died. So he had to find other ways to meet his water needs. When night comes, Sam, who was sleeping at the time, suddenly woke up because the zombies outside broke through his door. But it turns out all of that was just a dream experienced by Sam. Then the next day, he tried to calm himself by exercising while listening to music. In addition, he also often chats with zombie grandfather, who he usually calls Alfred. As for water needs, Sam tries to collect various types of items that can be used to collect water when it is raining. The scene changes again. Sam is chatting with zombie Alfred. Sam tells about his mother and doesn't know what happened to his mother and his friends out there. In short, Sam saw a cat passing by. He immediately went down to pick up the cat. The cat approached Sam. However, a few moments later, suddenly the cat ran away. So Sam tried to chase the cat. When Sam looks for him, some zombies who are there attack Sam. After that, Sam went straight into the building and closed the door. Sam looks very disappointed because he failed to find the only friend who could accompany him when he was lonely. Because of that incident, Sam was injured in the leg. For fear that he will turn into a zombie, after that Sam holds his gun and prepares to shoot himself. After a while of waiting, Sam realized that it was just a scratch. He was very happy and laughed out loud. The next day, Sam began to realize that the zombies were no longer there. He didn't even know where all the zombies had gone. When Sam tried to observe from the top of the building, but he did not find a single human or zombie around there and looked completely deserted. Because the weather was getting cold, Sam went back into the building to warm his body by taking a hot bath. There you can see Sam, who feels lonely because he lives alone in the city. Then, he planned to leave from there. But unfortunately, Sam, who is currently too afraid, finally he cancels his intention and vents his emotions by being angry with Zombie Alfred. The scene changes again. Sam, who was playing the drums very loudly, made the zombies who had been missing now start to come to him. For this situation, Sam really felt bored and seemed to have lost hope in life. He also lost control of his thoughts. While Sam was sleeping, he was startled by a noise outside the door. Then, Sam immediately shut the door. When Sam approached the door, it turned out that it was not a zombie, but a woman who had survived the zombie attack. Sam immediately brought the woman in and tried to save her because this was the first time he had met someone who was still alive. The woman's name was Sarah. Apparently, all this time Sarah had to survive by moving from one building to another. And out there are still many people who manage to survive in the same way as Sarah. But most of them have experienced stress, and some have even gone really crazy. After that, Sam also told Sarah about his activities. After that, Sam also introduced Sarah to Zombie Alfred. Sarah also warned Sam that they don't know when Zombie Alfred will attack them. It seems that Sarah's presence there made Sam change drastically. He also feels happy because there are friends who are still alive near him. As usual, Sam also pours all his feelings on Zombie Alfred. The next day, Sam decides to share his food supply with Sarah. However, because the food supply is not much, Sam decides to take food in the room inhabited by zombies. Sam also punched a hole in the locked zombie room door. After that, Sam shot the zombie, and after that Sam took food supplies and items that he could use from the room. When Sam returns to his room, he panics because Sarah is not there. After Sam looked for Sarah and her to the top of the building, Sarah was seen there who was trying to leave the building. After hearing Sarah's reasons, Sam tries to convince Sarah to stay with him. Here, Sam is actually too scared to leave the building. But Sarah warns Sam to be careful because they will never know when the zombies will break through the building. Sarah also said that if Sam stayed there, he would go crazy and end up committing suicide. Then Sarah entered her room. Then, Sam knocked on Sarah's room and intended to apologize to Sarah because he had said inappropriate words earlier. But Sam just realized that everything he went through with Sarah was just a hallucination. Since that night, Sarah never woke up. Because the truth is, Sarah is dead. Sam was very sad when he had to accept the harsh reality. After giving Sarah a proper funeral, Sam opened the things that were in Sarah's bag. There is a family photo. After that, Sam decided to leave the building. Before Sam left, he decided to burn all the tapes he had always used to entertain himself. After that he met the Zombie Alfred and took him out. Zombie Alfred was gone from there. A few moments later, an alarm sounded from the building. Apparently, the alarm went off because it was caused by a puff of smoke from the tape that Sam burned earlier. The sound of the alarm also makes zombies come into the building. As Sam tries to save himself, he locks himself in the elevator previously occupied by Zombie Alfred. Then, Sam tried to climb the elevator to the top floor. However, one of the zombies managed to catch up to Sam. So he was forced to fight the zombie, then enter through the hole he had made before. It turned out that behind the puff of smoke there were already several zombies. It seems the zombies don't know where Sam is. Then, he immediately got out of there and threw the rope he had prepared in advance. Moments later, he saw a zombie coming towards him. Then Sam jumped. Accidentally, he crashed into the building next to him. Which, it makes Sam unconscious. After a while, Sam finally woke up and started climbing the rope. He had to pass through all the buildings that were there. And, the movie is over. Well, basically all humans living in this world need each other. Because we are social creatures. So, we must respect the people around us. Do the best while we are still alive. That's it for this video. Hope you are entertained. Don't forget to press the subscribe button, then turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest videos from this channel. I say goodbye, see you on the next video. Bye.